Okay. I'm going to use this pencil, the very tip of this pencil, to explain to you what is going on and where it's going on, and then I'm going to zoom in. You're going to see a car go by. There's a road right here. There's the car going by. That car is on a road about 200 yards away from our location. I'm crouched down outside my dining room windows, about 5 feet away from my house. As you can see, we have a bird feeder here, which had about a dozen cardinals here a few minutes ago. They'll come back when I go back inside and let the tape roll here. I was inside having some coffee after an afternoon nap, watching the birds, when I saw what I'm still seeing, which hopefully you're going to see here in a minute, right here in this area. Okay, as I explain the lay of the land and what's going on, be cognitive of this area right here and watch for movement. So while I was drinking coffee, watching the birds, this property on the other side of the road, on the other side of my property, which gives me a beautiful view. Let's see, that barn is about 400 or 500 yards away. It's a pretty big piece, considerable distance away. You see there's fields back here where they run cattle at times. There are no cattle over there right now. And then there's woods in the back. So while I was inside having coffee, watching the birds, which will come back momentarily, I saw creeping out of the woods way over here at this point in this farthest corner, which would be about 600 yards away, what I thought were two men. However, they would have had to have been pretty big men for me to have been able to see them in the first place. So I noticed over a period of maybe 10 minutes, they were moving very slowly, coming up through here while working their way through the field towards me and up along this ridge line here, for lack of a better term. That's not necessarily a ridge, but uphill and out at an angle. They worked their way along the tree line back here behind this field and that secondary field back there up to the barn. One is back behind that barn, and then the other is sitting right here. I'm getting ready to zoom in. The reason I'm zooming in is because I don't believe these are men. These were two beings walking upright on two legs, and there is no distinct coloring to them. There's another car giving you another idea of distance. Again, the car is about 200 yards away from here, from where we are. There's another 200 to 250 yards from there to this barn. Now, I'm limited with my technology here. I'm zooming in slowly, giving us a better view. The best we can hope for, I believe, is to have this thing move. There's this huge oak tree right here. I'm trying to zoom in as closely as I can on this oak tree without completely distorting the image. Zoom in more. And yep, there it is. What appears to be crouched right here, and I'm just going to get in as close to it as I can without becoming too grainy, and this is as far as my camera will go. Okay, let me explain what's going on here. You see just above the dark image, and there's a car coming down the driveway, which is another 100 or so yards away from here. So hopefully this might, watch for movement right here. Did you see it duck down? It just ducked down, probably from having seen, look at that, it's starting to move over this way back towards the barn. It was hiding from the car that just came down the driveway of that farm. See, it moved again. There, look at that, it's looking at us. Behind it is a hay bale, one of the large giant hay bales. The round bales They are about 5 feet tall. The hay bales are about 5 feet tall. This thing is crouched on its knees. Look at that. Its head moved again. There goes another car. We're zoomed in. The dark figure I'm pointing at here behind the car was about 200 yards behind the car. It's right at the end of my pencil. See that? It's rising a little bit and lowering. Focus on the lighter colored brown behind it, because that is a hay bale. And as it moves, what it's doing is it saw me. When I saw it creep around the front of the barns, I stood up and it noticed my motion over here almost 500 yards away through my window, and it hunkered down behind this tree in front of that hay bale to watch me watch it. And we have been crouched here watching each other for the last 20 minutes. So I went in to get the camera, to get the phone. It's right there. We have potentially seen these things on our property, so it only makes sense that they would be across the road. A lot of folks who actively seek out these creatures like to believe that they're the only ones allowed to have one in their yard. It's very small-minded. Obviously, like any wild creature, their territories are going to extend past one person's yard. So there's one here. I don't know where the other one is. It was back here, and then I lost sight of it. So what I'm going to do, here comes another car, is I'm going to zoom out just a bit. Now remember, I'm going to keep my pencil here. Just remember, red barn, and then over to the left of the red barn. The barn's still back there, but the barn's gray here. But it's crouched in front of a hay bale right here in front of the barn. So there's your point of reference as I come out just a little bit. What I want to do is be able to put us in a position to see the other one should it come around the side of the barn. And we'll just sit here and watch for a few minutes. Watch for more movement. See what happens. In hopes of getting more movement, or to get the creature to move or to come out from its position, I'm now going to very clearly make myself seen by walking around my yard here, and then I'm going to go back in my house, hopefully convincing the creature I've left and I'm no longer watching it, to see if we can see him, her, it, or them, should the other join it, come out. So you will hear a door shut in a moment, and that will be me going back in my house. Again, our point of interest is right here, and potentially anywhere else in this general area where his, her, it, or their companion may or may not have gone. Well, looks like the only kind of luck I'm having here, once again, is bad luck. I'm sitting inside the dining room looking out the window, watching the creature here crouched in front of the hay bale, bobbing its head back and forth, looking into the camera here to see if we can pick its buddy coming out. And I just got the message on my phone that we are low bat, less than 10% left, and the camera's getting ready to die. It's less than an hour away from dark right now. I don't know if you can tell by the lighting or not, but it looks, again, like this creature is merely just going to be able to wait us out. Trying to adjust the lighting. Okay, I left my pencil in the house, but it's right in here.